So we're trying to solve this equation. That's what we're working on in this section. But this time we have two terms with rational exponents. You can see there's one on the left and there's one on the right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract the one on the right to the other side. So I'm going to have 3x to the 3/4 minus x to the 1/2 equals 0. So sometimes we say we set it to 0, and that's what we're doing here, getting 0 on one side. Now, there's no way to combine the x to the 3/4 and the minus x to the 1/2, okay? It's not multiplication, it's subtraction. But what I can do, I can get the exponents to have the same denominator. And that's going to be helpful. So I'm going to change my 1/2 to 2/4. Okay? And now what I can do, this might seem like a stretch to you, but I can factor out the GCF, the greatest common factor. They both have x to the 2/4. Now I'm going to change that in a minute, but for now I'll just leave it x to the 2/4. Then that leaves me 3x to the 1/4 minus 1 equals 0. Okay, so if you were to distribute this in, you would add exponents, so 2/4 plus 1/4, that's the 3/4, and then the whole thing times 1 is just going to be that, right? Okay. So now we have a situation like we've had in the past where we factored, and so I can set each factor equal to 0 with the zero product property. So I can say x to the 2/4 equals 0, or 3x to the 1/4 minus 1 equals 0. Okay? So I get two equations coming from these factors, this factor and this factor. Stuff times stuff, right? Okay. Now it may be bothering you that it's x to the 2/4. We can change that to x to the 1/2. Now, if you want to write that as the square root of x, you can. I'm not going to bother doing that. I want to get rid of that exponent, so I'm going to multiply by the, or not multiply, I'm going to raise to the reciprocal power, so 2 over 1, which is just squaring it. But do that to both sides, and I get x to the first power equals 0. Because 0 to squared is just going to be 0. And you multiply those exponents, you just get 1. Okay, so 0 is a solution. Let's see what happens to the other equation. I'm going to add the 1. I'm going to divide by 3. And then I'm running out of room. I have to get rid of that exponent that's a 1/4. So I'm going to raise both sides, put those parentheses in, to the reciprocal of 1/4, which is 4. 4 over 1 if you want, but it's just going to be 4. Okay? And so on the left, I get x to the first power because 1/4 times 4 is 1. And then what's 1/3 to the 4th power? One way to think of it is use your exponent rules. It says in division you can raise both the numerator to the power and the denominator. So that might be helpful to pull out that rule. And we get x equals 1 over 81. So I get two solutions. X equals 1 over 81 and x equals 0.